Howdy, it's Jeremy the Tall Trainer, and I'm here at our studio here. I got it to myself for today, this early morning here. And I want to talk about one of the biggest challenges when working the abs. And what I found is the biggest challenge in working the abs is to create enough of that work, you know, to make a change, but also to keep it safe. So really we have to really load them hard, really put a lot of pressure on those abs, and by doing that we do increase some risk, because if we can't control our body position really well, our abs are really responsible for a lot of our posture through our midsection. If we can't control what they're doing very well and we get in some of these positions, then we end up in a bad way. And so I'm going to show you some examples of this and how it applies in some exercises here. So one exercise we do quite a bit in boot camp is let's talk about the plank. So I'll show you the plank first. So right in here, so we can go on elbows and knees, abs pulled in. So that may be too easy for somebody, so they need to go elbows and toes, abs pulled in. And now it starts to get too hard for some people. And they may, if they hold this position, they work this position, and they go too far, they start to get in the wrong position. They start to work lower back, starts to work hip flexors, no longer working the abs, getting the right kind of challenge. So setting that posture as we're doing the exercise is very important. Pulling the abs in, tightening the butt cheeks as we're doing that. You know, there's a lot of ways to make this harder too. You know, one of the things I'll have some people do who are expert level is the extended plank. And so have them reach out here. And so there's only so long, see, if I reach out even farther, there's only so long I can hold this. So I really squeeze hard, lots of intensity there. Big, hard challenge. Oh. And then I gotta drop. When I feel that my abs are no longer gonna support me, I've gotta stop there. So I've gotta challenge them as much as possible, focus in on that. When they're not working anymore, don't stay up there. All right, so the idea is not to spend hours. So some people will do a plank and you can do a 5-minute plank, a 10-minute plank. That's too long. It's too long to get the real big benefit to the core. Is we need to make it so it's so challenging that you cannot hold it that long. So if you're holding it for a longer period of time, find something harder. You know, if you're doing hundreds of ab exercises, stop doing that. Find ones that are harder that you can't do as many of. Another example of an exercise that we use in boot camp is the V-up. So maybe we'll start with just the arms even, and we'll just squeeze up in here. So sometimes V-ups they'll come way up on here. I want to de-emphasize the lower back and work those lower abs a lot. So we're kicking the legs out to a challenging place. Make sure the lower back is pressing towards the ground, looking up at the ceiling, and just that small squeeze right in there. Now, for some people it's too easy. You can do too many of those, so we add in a weight, and we get the weight going. And now all of a sudden, more is happening. More is going. A few less of those, and then you can add in even more weight in here. So as I have this weight though, it's putting this pressure, you know, of this tipping back pressure, which is pressing my lower back off the ground, and I've got to use the abs to push that lower back into the ground still. So I'm pulling in with those abs in order to keep that weight back here. The ultimate level of that would be to actually even to add something between your feet. So you've got a weight between your feet. So now you've got this pressure pushing down there, which makes you want to arch your back, and you have to tighten your abs to prevent that from happening. And then you've got a weight back here, pressing the other way. So the abs are right in the middle, and they're responsible for holding you together. And you do a small movements in there, and boy, I can't do very many of those before I'm spent. And that's kind of the idea, all right? But if I'm losing that position, I'm putting myself at a huge risk. And so we're very careful, you know, in our program to slowly build that intensity. So some people just need to spend more time doing some of those things. So do longer reps, higher reps of certain exercises as they build an ability to control their body. Once you can control your body more and you can really make sure you maintain the position, then you can start looking at adding in, you know, some of these extras here to make it so much more challenging. And you're going to do fewer numbers, but it's going to work deeper into those muscles, and you're going to get even more of those changes that you're after. So those are ways to get that result, but be careful, because that is the biggest challenge, is upping that intensity while keeping it safe. So I hope you stay safe and get some ripped abs. This is Jeremy B. and I saying, have fun, be safe.